Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today we got the very best of WCW Monday Nitro Volume 1. This was a 3-disc set, I believe released back in 2014. 2011. Yeah, 2011. Wow. So this one has been out a few years now. This is one of those sets I go back and watch every now and again. Usually every year or so, I'll divide these sets up where I'll watch a disc, watch like a WrestleMania or something, watch another disc, watch another WrestleMania, watch the final disc, watch another WrestleMania. So I always split these up and, while I'm watching other DVDs. So take some time and subscribe to the channel. I will be reviewing Volume 2 and 3 separately. Let's get right into this, guys, straight away. We got the classic characters from the days of WCW with Sting, Goldberg, Flair, The Giant, Rey Mysterio, DDP. And we got Eric Bischoff and the NWO. Decent cover overall. Not the best, though. Decent spine. I kind of wish they would have kept the logos the same with these and the spines the same. Like, they all look very different. And I think this might have probably just intended to be a one-off, but I'm guessing it was so popular that they decided to go with a Volume 2. It does have an 8-hour runtime, and there's no insert, so I will run down the matches. I do have the written insert, a homemade insert, so we got a nice shot of DDP, who is the host of these 3-disc sets, these 3 DVD sets. Got a shot of Sting. We got a shot of Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious. So you could pause now if you'd like to read the back. Let's get it right into it, guys. Right when you open her up, inside panels here, we got Sting hitting the Stinger Splash, DDP and Kidman, Hogan dropping a leg. Then we got once again, Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious. I was a big fan of Sid Vicious. He wasn't, the most over guy ever, but he looked like a wrestler to me anyways. And, he was just one of those guys that, really kind of took it into his own hands to stand out on his own when there was so much diversity going on at the time. Let's run down the matches first, guys, and then we'll run down the artwork, because there is quite a bit to go through, as you'll see here. I got tons and tons of notes here. I got 3 pages. So I do have the dates and everything written down, but you guys can read along if you'd like. So we got a WCW history lesson. We got the very first match from the very first Nitro. Brian Pillman versus Jushin Thunder Liger. Also the first main event, which was Hulk Hogan versus Big Bubba Rogers. Then we move on to 96. Savage and Hogan versus Flair and Arn Anderson. Got Sting and Luger versus the Road Warriors. Steven Regal versus the Belfast Bruiser. Ric Flair versus Eddie Guerrero. Scott Hall's debut. Kevin Nash's debut. Got a WCW 3-way tag team match. Sting and Luger versus the Steiners versus Harlem Heat. Got the NWO takeover. Outsiders attack WCW. Sting and Luger versus Hall and Nash. And we got the another NWO takeover. We got the fake Sting attacking Luger. Sting walks out on Nitro. This was, the stage where Sting's now growing his hair out. No more Surfer Sting. And after this, we wouldn't see Sting for a long time. Piper confronts Eric Bischoff. Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko. Disc 2, DDP versus Mark Starr. Harvey Schiller suspends Eric Bischoff. Sting attacks the NWO. Got a 6 versus Rey Mysterio. Hogan versus Luger. Luger winning the title. NWO mocking the Four Horsemen. DDP versus Buff Bagwell. Sting saves DDP from the NWO. Sting versus Savage. Jericho's 1004 holds. Awesome. We got Hogan versus Goldberg. Nash and Sting versus Scott Hall and the Giant. Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho. Juventud Guerrera versus Billy Kidman. We got Ric Flair returns to the Four Horsemen. One of the best Nitro moments ever. Fantastic moment. Disc 2 continued. Got a U.S. title match. Bret Hart versus DDP. Ric Flair versus Eric Bischoff. Kevin Nash versus Hulk Hogan, the finger poke of doom. Got Goldberg spearing the Hitman. Sting versus DDP. Eddie Guerrero versus Juventud. Hogan, Goldberg, and Sting versus Nash, Rick Steiner, and Sid. This would be the return of the red and yellow Hulk Hogan. Billy Kidman versus DDP. Bret Hart versus Goldberg. Kevin Nash versus Sid. Eric Bischoff, Russo, era begins. We got a WCW steel cage match. DDP versus Jeff Jarrett. Goldberg, 3 count versus Young Dragons. Booker T versus Lance Storm. I liked Lance Storm at that time when he had like 3 titles. We got a triple threat or a triple cage War Games match on Nitro. We got Vince McMahon buys WCW, Sting vs. Flair, and celebrating WCW. So let's take a look at the inside artwork, guys. That was a lot to get through. Crazy. Disc art, not too special. Got a nice shot of Billy there with the WCW and US championships. Disc art, nothing too special here. And I feel like this is one of those sets where, you know, it's just something missing about it. It feels very rushed. I like the number, how it's like the diamond plate, but they kind of use that up a bit too much here. There's no artwork in the background, just the diamond plate pattern. I would have liked to see a bit more, you know, different screenshots in that. You know, like not much going on there. But overall, I would probably rank this the middle of the road for these 2 sets. It is a good set overall. I would definitely give it a thumbs up. But I would rank this one second overall of the 3. So thank you very much for sending in your suggestions, guys. Take some time and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you later. Peace.